Hello everyone, my name is Pintobread. I think I have my camera correct. We are on a completely different streaming software, so I hope this is working correctly. And we're going to be trying to watch some analog horrors and such. And we got a backroom series in there somewhere. We're going to be going over 5 series. Like I said, new streaming software, so couldn't figure out how to get the description to work. So I'll fill it in later with the links and whatnot. So as always, make sure after to go and subscribe, show them some love. But we're going to be starting today with the Mckinney family home videos. I saw, I think it was the creator of the boiled one, watching it, and I didn't watch it with him. I just saw that he watched it, and I was like, oh, what's that? And I looked it up, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty cool, so we're gonna check it out. But it's called the Mckinney Family Home Videos. Description: my cherished memories. They just had a new video pop up 2 days ago, so it's actually good that I was having issues. Now we get to watch the newest episode. I didn't actually watch that. Don't worry about that. I never watch them. But we're just going to start at the beginning. As you can see, not very many tapes, and I don't think any of the episodes are above 10 minutes. Yeah, we have 9:53 at the first one, and that's about it. But I'm excited. We're going to do this. I've been bummed I couldn't stream. I like doing it just for the, sake of hanging out and doing it. So it's a bummer. I feel like it's part of my, my schedule, my pastime. It feels weird not to do it. But we are going to start. Make sure my headphones are turned on. Because for some reason with the new streaming software, if my headphones aren't turned on, you guys can't hear what's going on. The last time we were happy. Oh, this just started. January 2nd. Oh my. Learn something new every day. Alright, as always, I'm going to put it right about in the middle. If issues pop up, we will deal with them as a team, together. Let's do this.
Grand reveal moment over here. But this is it. Here's the house. Took forever, but I think we're gonna love it. I think the kids are really gonna love it. Thank you again for watching them, by the way.
Solid looking house.
While we get everything all situated, I'm gonna try to rake some of these leaves up before they get here.
Futuristic for the things they want to do.
Pretty exciting stuff. We have one tree already turning here. These ones have already died, and as you can see, Jess has already put out some of your Halloween decor that you gave us. Thank you again. We cannot thank you enough. But let's take a look at the house. Definitely needs some work. Probably want to clean out these gutters a little bit. Well, that's a little weird. Probably something to look into.
He
but
said something to look into.
I know the realtor said the place hadn't been, nobody had been living here for a while. I didn't think much of it. Maybe it was like a party house or something. I don't know. We got most of our furniture inside. I'll show you what we're working with, but things are definitely looking up. Also, we have this big field back here. I really would love to clean up at some point. It's a little bit of a mess, but let's get inside. Ooh, that's weird. I'll add it to the list of things that need to be taken care of before the kids get here. Check out this view every morning. Sun coming up over those mountains. You'll have to visit. We don't have a guest room set up yet. It's gonna be the extra room we have is gonna be Christy's room, obviously, but I'd be willing to relinquish our room if Jess will allow it, and then we'll just couch it if ever you want to visit. No obligation, of course, but I'm sure that Christy would love to see Grandma at some point, other than going to her house on the weekends.
A lot of names. I'm trying to.
Look at this. She already got her Halloween decorations put out. It's only September, but she's out here already getting the village set up.
So we have our date.
Didn't have a ton of space yet. We're not fully settled in, so she only put out a few things. But look at this. We have the haunted fun house. We got the pumpkins. We've got this guy. We got the blackout.
I'm a big fan of Halloween
diner
myself.
cafe thing.
I love
It's coming together.
Halloween
I
and
think that
Christmas.
by Halloween we'll be all situated in here.
I love things that mix them
But
together.
continue that tour.
I love them. Like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Once again, Jessica forgot to make her bed, but
not perfect, but I love it.
I know that she's just excited to finally be settled in. I know it's been a while, a long time coming, but she's also got your painting hung up. Jess was insistent that we got this one up. She loves this painting so much.
1 Corinthians 13:7.
Got the creepy basement stairs, which I'm hoping... Haven't fully decided yet. I don't know if we're going to want the kids down here. It's a little dingy. There is some mold. We're having a guy come in and get that taken care of, but...
Do not want mold, my
I don't know, we got
good.
down here and the first thing that Jess said was, oh, this smells just like my grandma's basement. So, you know, asbestos and lead paint, all that fun stuff. I mean, I don't think that's what we're looking at here or anything like that, but just want to be safe more than anything. But let's take a look down here and see what we got. Okay, now you have to see the creepy basement. So, first thing to note, there is no power down here. Breaker's been open. I flipped it a couple times. Nothing. Will not turn on. But hey, I got my second fridge, so it's all working together. We were just kind of throwing stuff down here. I know you can't really see, we got Christmas decorations, a lot of extra boxes and stuff. But then there's stuff that they left. There's all this stuff back here. So we're gonna rifle through this, see if there's any goodies or anything to be found out here. Finally got my exercise bike. Super excited. Another one of the wonderful treasures that were left behind. We got these chairs that are pretty nice. And if you look out here, you can see our very spacious backyard. Beautiful woods. I think fall out here is going to be great. The kids are going to love it. The highway's out there, but it's kind of like you'd walk outside, there's a cliff, bit of a dip. You kind of have to trek through the woods to go down the cliff. So I don't foresee an issue. I may talk to the realtor about getting a fence installed, but I don't think it's anything that's really major on the radar right now.
I love having a fence.
But this is...
I don't live in the middle of nowhere, but I love having a fence, even if I don't live in the middle of nowhere. People are crazy, dude. I love having
You see
a
that?
fence.
Check this out. Who are these people? I wonder if these were the original tenants. Huh. I'll have to reach out to the realtor and see. I would hate for them. That looks like a wedding picture. I would hate for them to just not have their wedding picture. Well, on with the tour. But this is it. This is our house. We've got everything up and running here. I'm super looking forward to it. I think the kids are really gonna love it. I think that Jess and I really just need to start over with everything that's been going on. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Hello? Hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, no, this is fine. This is a good time. Just we're just getting settled in. Yeah, just moving. My wife is out right now, and the kids are they're at their grandma's house. Well, they're at my mom's house. Yeah, no, we had a really good time the other day too. You know, we're new in town. We don't really know anybody, so it was nice. Yeah, we don't necessarily consider ourselves, I guess, spiritual or religious people, but it was nice, and the fact that it's so close to where we live,
It was a good setup. I really liked being there. Well, to be honest, my mom was a very, I feel weird talking on the phone, but my mom was a very religious person growing up, and she had her own series of rules. And when we moved out here, if this was the church that she recommended, we kind of did it as one of those things to appease.
You had to go to church.
Appease our elders, and we actually ended up really liking it. There's a lot less conservative, I guess, than we were expecting. But it's not in a bad way or anything like that. I just like I said, my mom had a lot of issues when we were younger, but it seems like she's gotten that all worked out, so it's good. Yeah, no, we'd love to come again this weekend.
I will say so far, solid act. Just from him alone.
Yeah, my wife will be there. My daughters will be there. I think it'll be good. Well, I don't really want to talk about getting too involved in church over the phone. I think that'll be definitely more of an in-person thing. But yeah, Thank you for calling. Yeah, thank you for being so nice and.
I think there is a.
What?
Single.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll be on the lookout for that. Thank you.
That would make me like, oh, I just love being.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll see you Sunday morning then.
Don't agree with the bare minimum.
All right. Take it easy. All right. Bye.
Episode. Anything juicy? Rob, that was his name. Rob Gavagon. That was the guy. Interesting. Alright, on to the next one. Should be Bible Study 1996. They were all I had. Listening. I'll be right back. Missing January 4th, 1965. Female, white, blue eyes, brown hair, 5'7". Tattoo of a cross on left wrist. Well, that's going to play in. Last seen May 17th, 1993. And we know from the first video that it was September that video took place.
With the light.
It's like in the back.
Yeah.
Might be, yeah, it might be on the way up. I think it's back way back there. It looks weird for the screen and that way. I don't know. I mean,
Missing. July 19th, 1972. 24 female white missing. Tattoo of a cross on left wrist. Interesting. June 23rd, 1993. Tattoo of a cross on left wrist. So we've already mentioned religion already in the first episode with the whole church. Obviously, that's probably going to play a big part into this is the Christian religion, because now we have a tattoo of cross on left wrist of 2 missing people, and the church has been mentioned, and they were recruiting him into the church. So interesting that you hear people hanging out in like cemeteries and stuff, because I never thought that was a thing until I hid in a cemetery one time from the cops, but I wasn't hanging out there. That's pretty funny looking, but in my September 24th, 1974. That's interesting. Help me. That's pretty cool. Tattoos of a cross on their left wrist. September 23rd, 1993. Wearing shame. Interesting. Left me. The face. Oh, there's definitely some words in there. God knows what it actually freaking says. Oh my goodness. That was cool. You are not welcome here. I was told that I am always welcome to church. That God loves all. Well, that was, they were all I had. So I'm guessing that's in reference to the missing people. 3rd grade graduation, 1994. That was Bible study 1996, and that move was in 1991. Whew, we're jumping all over the place. All right. third grade graduation, 1994. They worked together. All right. I'll fuck with it. Let's do it. You are so loud.
to Babylon, doomed to destruction. Happy is the one who daughter Babylon, doomed to destruction. Happy is the one who repays you according to what you have done to us. Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks.
my favorite, but I'm sure it hints towards something. This is my favorite family vlog channel. Christie's Baptism. So this takes us back to 93. So this would be the second in the timeline because that was 91 in the move-in. There's something there. I hate when they do this. Stop this. Yep. Huh. Interesting. So it's a flower picture, maybe I don't know. Interesting. I hate when they do this. Say what I want though. They're not Noah at the very least. Noah did it in every single freaking video known to man. What does that say? Something is bad. Interesting pictures. Don't know what they mean. Definitely the thing in the picture. Who doesn't love being at the graveyard? Yeah, that's true. I can hear you. I have been made pure. I love I have seen God. Capital G, so you know it's legit. Not one of those lowercase g gods. Those don't matter. I want to go home. Oh, you bastard. Something was waiting, I know that much. Or I say that and I've gotten it completely wrong in the past. Let's see. Dwayne is waiting. Or Wayne. That might be a D, that might not be a D. Something, Wayne is waiting. Alright, Scaremare 95. So the only other one that takes place in 95 is Grandma's House. What do we got? Can't get out. Unfortunate for you. This is the second longest episode to date. This one's 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. The first episode was the longest at almost 10.
It's all coming together.
I need to own these. At least 15 bats.
At least 15 bats.
I told Nick this joke earlier and it landed, so I'm trying it again.
Okay. You go first? I'll go first.
If I recall correctly, isn't that one of those little things where you talk and then it's like possible supernatural words come back?
So...
Or maybe I'm just thinking of Ryan and Shane from Mystery Files. That's pretty.
Oh my god.
Now we turn that one on.
This one turned back on? Nuh-uh. Oh my god. Did we forget to turn him on? Oh, it's so dark down this hallway.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is them, not me. I was like, oh wait, it is me. Bro, why? Why? We're loaded so far in front. Why do you hate me? Why does this thing hate me? It just hates me. That's solid for a little haunted house in a garage. Oh my. You do not look like you are in good health, my friend. You're about to be born. Alright? Good to note. Okay. Are you prepared? Prepared as I can be, I suppose. That's rough. What did you see? That's pretty interesting. It's pretty crazy that none of that was like how it was. I like that. Ah. You made me an angel. You are the devil. Sorry, one of my settings is messing up, but I'm trying to fix it. So awesome. And this will be Jessica's Homecoming 1998. I love you. I'm almost done, I swear. Just trying to get this taken.
Anyone tries to harm them, fire comes from their mouths and devours their enemies. This is how anyone who wants to harm them must die. They have power to shut up the heavens so that it will not rain during the time they are prophesying.
They have the power to shut off the heavens. That is a power. All right.
And they have power to turn the waters into blood and to strike the earth with every kind of plague as often as they want. Now when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will attack them and overpower and kill them. Their bodies will lie in the public square of the great city, where also their Lord was crucified.
say that the Mckinney family tapes so far have one of the best uses of colors. Not to say that others don't do that, but I feel like they use more variety of colors, whereas the other ones use the same blues over and over again. Might just be a personal preference, but that's where I stand with it. You see it.
Been all that I hoped you would be.
What you will do. Can you forgive yourself? That was probably the wife. This looks like someone being dragged. Ah, lovely. Sounds like you were either being opened and eaten or just straight eaten. I love it. As they sing Ave Maria in the background. gone on for, it really sets into your bones. That was Jessica Homecoming. This is just a sad face. Oh. This one's just called Blank. Okay. Well, that can't be a good sign. Let's see what's up with Blank. Tell me about your family. I have a very odd family life, so I'd rather not. Why not? Because I don't really feel like it. Do you have friends? I have a friend. Show me. I don't know where my phone's at. I'm a sucker for kids' drawings. I think it's such an easy way to show something so terrible. Because from the perspective of a child, it's always fun to see just what they come up with in their heads. This is where I'm from. Alright. Looks fun. Looks nice. Family friendly. Don't think there could be anything really ominous about that. Alright. Nice family. A lot of eyelashes. Really big eyelashes. Let's run into the family. These are my friends. Oh, friends. Never mind. I'm sorry. The ladies are rocking it. That cannot be a good sign. This is Dwayne. Okay. Hi, Dwayne. Superb audio, man. Every episode, too. This is Mommy. Mommy is panicking. Kind of reminds me of in The Mummy Returns when you see the big sand face in the storm coming. This is me. Oh, he is not happy. Grandma, we saw your house. It did not look great. The upkeep was something you should have sticked with. I love how trying to figure out what I'm looking at is like staring deeply into a Salvador Dali painting. Don't hate it. I'm just stating that's how it feels. Mommy will make it better. I have some doubts. Family vacation 1990. This will now be the earliest we've gone, because 91 was the move-in, and they start interacting with the church. Interesting. Okay. The devil made me do it.
You didn't see that.
You're good.
flew into the field from Salem Town on those days. Signing the book was tantamount to selling one's soul to the devil. The black man, or man in black who tempted him there, the girls eventually revealed was a Harvard graduate and former Salem minister of the Puritan faith named George Burroughs.
The only way out is to burn.
But it also didn't matter who you were. It didn't matter your age, your gender, your skin color, or if you were more special than the average person. Everyone was getting accused, and everyone was turning against each other.
This is accurate.
The teenage girl.
You're in the witch trials, man. They
tears
did
from
not
many.
give a crap about
So it seemed to
anybody's-
some spectators that it would hinder the execution. But Cotton
They
Mather
did target
addressed himself to the people,
though.
declaring that the devil has often been transformed into an angel of light.
There
But
was
someone
hysterics,
accused the
but
people,
people were
and the
targeted.
execution went on.
Hell is open. That's something you never want to hear. You are not you anymore. Heaven is weeping.
The former Puritan minister of the Salem Village Church, George Burroughs, is accused by the girls of being the devil himself. Unknown strongman, Burroughs is captured at his house in Wells, Maine, by the cruel Salem sheriff, George Corwin, and his deputies. But he battles his captors, and when a storm suddenly erupts, the men are terribly frightened, though they are convinced that they have captured the devil himself.
Man, that
And
was
he will strike them down with bolts of lightning. Shaking with fear, the law will deliver Burroughs to the Salem judges. He is found guilty of witchcraft and is condemned to hang at Gallows Hill.
Good thing about back then is if you could just get away from them, the odds of them actually being able to shoot you in an episode were very, very low. Guns back then were big. You get out of 5 feet, you're good. You're more than likely going to be okay. Don't get me wrong, bob and weave, you know, do whatever you got to do, duck, dip, dive, all that jazz, but 5 feet should do you fine. 8 would be even better. You know, 20 perfect, 100 would be perfect. Please come home. So the last episode, or the current last episode, and it came out 2 days ago. I tore them apart. Awesome. Let's give it the old beat, boys, and let's free our soul. All right, 7:23. They've been hyping Dwayne up, so I better hear someone die in this episode. I love the sound of crunching snow. I live in Mississippi, so I never hear it like naturally, but whenever we get like I'm not gonna say snow because it's very rare we actually get snow. We have, but only like twice in my entire life we've had snow. Other than that, it's been like flurries, and those you can do it too, but those mostly just like freeze the ground. They don't really like cover it in snow or blanket it. But man, whenever I got the chance to step in snow and stuff, love the sound. Love it. Snow angel. Never had enough snow to be able to do that though. All the snow we had was so surface level. I feel like with the way this one's being told, do you remember now? They have a decent bit of episodes planned, I would feel. Because right now we're getting a lot of random information, which is normal for an analog card. Nothing wrong with that. You followed me. And we're getting a lot of random dates and like these small connections and then these big connections, but there's nothing like, I don't know. I'm waiting for that big Ukraine to be. Sorry, I'm inside. You gave your life to me. What was this? 97. On a hunting trip. But you left your faith. You were punished by me. My goodness. Your mother brought you home. And you paid for treason. All must die. So that I may live.
Daddy?
Oh! He blessed Father. My blessed Father. You disappointed me. Your mother's ashamed. Why do you reject me? You and your family. I've always belonged to you. My will is Your body and mind are yours once again. My boy is dipping. Understandable, my friend. I would be running as well. I'm what we in the biz call a pretty chunky guy. And my cardio is not the greatest, but boy, I can dip when I want. Goodbye, Dwayne. Dwayne hunting trip. That was solid. I wouldn't say that this one's my favorite or my least favorite just because of the sheer fact that I think I'm too dumb to understand fully what's going on. Or I'm just not connecting the right pieces. Because right now, I'm just confused. But I did enjoy it. The audio was very solid. The acting and dialogue I really, really enjoyed. I loved the overlaying of audio, especially the screaming, the praying, and the talking at the same time. Like you're trying to pick out that information, but you can only get bits and pieces of it. I thought that was really good. I do love how, for lack of a better term, like jarring this series is. Like you are hit with some like just weird visuals that otherwise are just, if you take away the effects, are just normal everyday looking things. But God, they do such a good job of like adding a very tense factor to just the bare minimum. Like especially Scaremare, thought that was probably one of my favorite episode. I would probably guess that, or maybe Bible study. I really liked those two the most. But Scaremare, just the way you go through the actual haunted house, and then it's like, what did you see? Because this is what it was, and then you see the actual version. Thought that was fantastic. No community post. Doesn't look like anything else, but that is the Mckinney home videos. I should have my... I can check on my phone real quick. I was trying to update my thing to include... Let me see if I can reload it. Either way, I updated my description. I hope it went through. I don't know if it did. It might not have. Yeah, it went through. But I updated my description, and so all of them, all the people we're watching today is listed down there. But definitely go show the Mckinney family video some love. I've seen like a very unfortunate trend going on where everyone watches all these video essays about all these analog horrors, but then nobody actually watches the analog horror. So like right now they were talking about that Gavin guy who made the video. Like that video alone has like almost 60,000 views, but like each one of these is only like less than 2,000, and it's like a bummer because a lot of these people, you know, they put a lot of effort into this, and they're probably not doing it for money, but I mean, they'd probably at least like to see some type of reaction, you know, in the form of likes, views, and subscribers. And I think they deserve it. That was really good. I enjoyed that. We're going to go from the Mckinney family home videos straight into Pastra's. Pastra is a creator. I am unfamiliar with them. They don't have their pronouns, so I'm sorry. But unfamiliar with them, but they do have an analog horror series they've worked on over the past, so on and so forth. I did watch the teaser because it is literally just a teaser. It's not a... Like, it has nothing to do with the overall actual story. So it's just 4 episodes. We're just going to jump right into it. As you can see, it's about 15, 4, 6, and then they have a big 23-minute episode. Unless that's all of them together. Is that 14, 18, 24? Nah, I don't think so. Let's see how this one begins. Your name is Tommy Merrick, and then let's see how this one begins. Okay, absolutely not. Different videos. Just had to check. You never know. Don't yell at me. Alright, let's see. Your name is Tommy Merrick. While visiting your old family home, you stumbled across a strange box of tapes in the attic. Out of curiosity, you decide to watch them on your old CRT. You think they might be haunted. While watching the tapes, you begin to see and hear things that weren't meant to be there. For some reason, they felt oddly familiar to you. This is Dreams of an Insomniac. Nice. Cool. Alright. Damn, 17K. Wow. Alright. I'm Tommy Merrick. That's my name. Don't wear it out. Visiting your old family home. Yeah, we already read all that. I don't feel bad about it. Haunted Halloween PSA. Nice. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna have to read.
Residents of Eastridge County were left baffled today at the news of a supposed break-in that happened in the early hours of the morning. The break-in occurred at the local Halloween retail store, Grimzo's, with the culprit of this...
Wait 1 second, I gotta make sure it's actually reading. Residents of Eldridge County have been baffled today after what is left being considered the most bizarre break-in in the community has ever heard. It supposedly happened in the early hours of the morning with the culprit breaking into... Okay, I'm just making sure it's actually reading what's from the newspaper because I don't want to miss anything.
The break-in occurred at the local Halloween retail store, Grimzo's, with the culprit of this break-in having stolen one thing, and one thing only.
Yeah, so I got to the store early this morning and I see, of course, the door is smashed to a lot of pieces. Obviously, I checked inside, and all the shelves are everywhere. Everything's smashed up pretty good. Buddy's still there, though, so I guess that's good. The only thing that seemed to be missing was a costume, the world. Don't know who takes just a costume.
This bizarre set of events has left many residents baffled as to what the intentions behind this strange robbery were. No security footage could be collected to reveal the identity of the culprit, leading many to speculate who this mysterious costume thief really is. Were they under the influence? A young teenager desperate to have a costume for an upcoming party? Did this robbery even happen? As of right now, it's anyone's guess.
Oh, if you ask me, this whole story is just a bunch of malarkey. Some kids break in some Halloween shop for a costume. Yeah, no, not even stealing money. If kids break in there, they're stealing at least some money. It's just another trumped up story for a small newspaper in an uneventful town when the newspaper company's probably running broke in a few months. I wouldn't trust a single bit of it. Pretty much nothing from that newspaper can be trusted anyway. Oh, to think, they said our small town representative was corrupt. Now,
whether you believe this ridiculous story or not, one thing is certain. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume on Halloween night.
Spooky inmate.
Eastridge County has been left in a state of panic and disarray this Halloween night after the disappearances of 6 young children in the area. The disappearances began at 6 o'clock sharp, with reports telling me that they continued through the night until finally coming to a stop exactly 1 hour later.
6 kids in a fucking hour?
It all just happened so fast, you know? One minute, we're having a regular Halloween night, everyone's trick-or-treating like normal, and next thing you know, here comes a mother around the corner who's looking for her kid. So we're all trying to help her out, you know, we're looking up and down the streets for where this kid went, we don't think anything of it. And then another mother comes over, and she has the same problem, and then another, and next thing you know, everyone starts to panic, the police are getting involved, nobody knows what's going on, nobody knows where these kids went, and nobody knows who did it.
The names of the missing children are as follows: Jason McDonald, John Thompson, Ashley Wright, William Lewis, Norman Harris, and Sam Wilson. Police have spent the better part of the night searching for both these children, as well as the culprit behind this heinous crime. While no one in the local area has been suspected yet, an eyewitness report described the culprit as wearing an orange, striped costume with horns, a tail, and a black mask depicting bright yellow eyes and teeth. It's advised that all residents of Eastridge County avoid anyone seen outside who fits this description. As well as this, an officer on duty tonight had this to say regarding the matter.
It breaks my heart to hear the horrible tragedy which has come over our town tonight. I promise, not only as an officer on duty, but as a father myself, that these children will be found and the culprit behind these horrible kidnappings will be brought to justice.
As an officer, you are never supposed to make that promise.
As police continue to investigate, several mandates have been put forward in order to ensure the safety of Eastridge County residents. It is requested that all residents stay indoors, keep all doors and windows locked, and it is heavily advised to not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
Eastridge County Police. Okay. On the night of October 6, 1986, these photos were taken by a security camera located in the Grimzo's retail store. Lights appeared to turn on by themselves, no other disturbances apparent. It's at 6 a.m. Motion was detected within the store. Items appeared to be thrown around and damaged. Nice. First contact. Yeah, that looks really good. I was wondering how they were going to make them look. Only 2 pieces of information we had regarding the anomalous entity known as the Eastridge Demon.
After multiple years of extensive mental and physical therapy, Officer Kruger, a surviving victim of the demon, was finally able to inform detectives of the events that transpired on the night he came face to face with this dangerous creature. With the information he provided, we now have a better understanding of the capabilities of this threat and how our...
My man made a personal promise to the victims' families, everybody, and then got absolutely ran through by this fucking demon.
Firstly, the creature appears to be capable of causing both visual and auditory hallucinations to those that are within close proximity to it. This makes it incredibly difficult to locate and contain the creature. As a precaution against this, all ECPD personnel must operate alongside fellow officer at all times. If you are alone at any point, attempt to locate your nearest fellow officer as quickly as possible. Do not let the demon fool you. Grab a hold of the nearest objects you can to discern your surroundings. If you see or hear someone you know nearby, it is not them. Once you have located a fellow officer, vacate the area until the effects of these hallucinations begin to fade away.
All of it says don't trust anyone you see if you believe to be hallucinating, but find the nearest officer.
Secondly, physical contact with a demon is incredibly dangerous. Following his encounter with this creature, Officer Kruger had developed severe physical abnormalities which are still being treated to this day. The most significant of these abnormalities include discoloration of the skin.
Wait, said something? I clicked something? Come back.
Discoloration of the skin.
Miss, I hate you. Why do you fucking put it right where the CC goes?
Include discoloration of the skin.
Discolored skin. Okay. Severe weight loss. Tightening of the skin. Fusing of bone and flesh. Love it. Teeth growing where they shouldn't. Bleeding from every orifice.
It is imperative that all ECPD personnel attempt to keep a level of distance from the demon at all times. Do not attempt to approach it unless it is absolutely necessary or it has been terminated. In the event that physical contact is made, approach a fellow officer as soon as possible and seek help. Finally, it is important that all ECPD personnel remember that the Eastridge demon is incredibly intelligent and is aware that it is being hunted. It will attempt to mislead you and will look for moments where you are most vulnerable. This creature should be treated as if it were human. Do not let it use its tricks against you. Do not let it touch you. Do not attempt to communicate with it. And above all else, do not trust anyone you encounter wearing this costume.
I like how they're just like, oh, don't look at this costume. Like, I mean, there could be. I feel like he could just change costumes. I don't think that'd be that big of a deal for him. Look how his eyes are right there. It's the Evil Dead. That totally is. I know that scream. Honestly, those lull me to sleep. They feel so good. I could fall asleep to those. The rules of the season. Presented by Lankman Foundation, illustrated by
As Halloween night begins to set in, all residents of Eastridge County should be reminded that the Smiling Snatcher is out tonight. This monster is very real and threatens the safety of all Eastridge County residents. But don't worry, so long as these 5 simple rules are followed, you have nothing to worry about. Rule number 1. Remember the curfew. No trick-or-treaters should be outside past 6 o'clock p.m. That is when the Smiling Snatcher comes out to play. Rule number 2. Keep all doors and windows in your house locked. That way the Smiling Snatcher cannot come inside. Rule number 3. You do not hear the knocking at your doors or windows.
I do not. Hello, Attila, my friend. Always a pleasure.
Rule number 4. You do not hear the knocking at your doors. Rule number 4. If you see or hear someone you know outside past curfew, that is not them. That is the smiling snatcher wearing their skin. And finally, the most important rule of all. Rule number 5. Do not trust anyone you see wearing this costume.
Alright. Feel like they've drilled that in pretty successfully. Stuff was wrote. Oh, that's a bummer, Attila. It happens, my friend. I have failed classes myself. Don't feel bad. Just gotta retry. If you want. I mean, it's up to you. I don't tell anyone how to live their life, or at least try not to. But I definitely encourage if you're wanting that. Stop it, there it was. I knew I saw some freaking words. I want to see what it was. Bizarre break-in, leave civilian. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have failed multiple classes in a semester and had to retake them. If only, yeah, for real. Hey, if only my mom was that understanding. Absolutely agree. My mom, oof, she was worse than my stepdad. That's crazy. That motherfucker got 6 kids in 1 hour. That's all it took. 1 hour for everyone to realize how badass this dude was. And they were like, alright, never mind. Nice. That was really good. No, nice little first episode. Put a lot of effort into it, you can tell. And they have the original soundtrack. Nice. In loving memory. Dreams of Insomniac. Alright, so we're not going to read that again. Listen to the music used in the video. Nice.
Wow, this whole thing is just a bunch of malarkey. A bunch of kids going into some Halloween store to steal a costume? Yeah, no. If you ask me, this whole thing is just some trumped up news story for some small town.
Alright, cut, come on. Do you think anyone's gonna believe this? We're trying to make a news story here, man. Come on. What do you mean we're running out of time? Fine, we'll use one of the older cuts.
Did the cop die? Is that what this is about? Or is it about the dude? Yep, he died. I think my favorite thing is that he didn't even last a whole episode. He made this big proclamation to all the kids' parents, families.
A feeling of sorrow has hung over Eastridge County this Halloween night after the...
I just died. He was like, I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna save everyone. You know, I'm gonna make this motherfucker pay. And he immediately was caught by the demon and put in unbearable torture and pain for years until he eventually died.
The unfortunate passing of the late Kenneth Kruger. Kruger was a dedicated and passionate officer who always put the people of Eastridge County before himself. He was not only a respected officer, but also a beloved member of our community and a caring father. Kruger's passing occurred late into the night, with officers discovering his body after they had received reports of his son, Klaus, being heard screaming from inside their home. After arriving at the scene of the crime, they found his body hanging inside his son's closet. As well as his body, officers on the scene found this note left on his son's bed.
I can't read. We're not going to be able to read that, guys. I don't know what the fuck that says. Like, to my dearest son, 480p here, people. 480p.
The disappearances that occurred last year affected Kruger more than any other officer on the case. He was very close to many of the families involved, giving him a sense of responsibility
I'm gonna be
to
pissed if I don't at least try. Truth be told, dude, I think every something about you I would have done. Yeah, there's no way that we're meant to be able to read this. I'm just making sure, because I feel like if I skip over it and it turns out I was able to read it, I'm gonna be very pissed.
Kruger more
'Cause I don't
than
like to
any
miss
other
that type of
officer on the
information.
case. He was very close to many of the families involved, giving him a sense of responsibility for solving the case. This quickly led to rage, sorrow, and regret, which eventually became too much for him to bear. Nobody was there to listen to Kruger in his time of need, but now we will make sure that his story is told. If you or anyone else you know are suffering from any mental health issues, don't hesitate to call this number and seek help.
You are alone. This place will be here too. What is that? 613-555-0013. Is that it? No, go back. We have to call the number. Or is that a 6 right there? 613-55. Alright. We have 613-555-01. I'm pretty positive that's 0136.
Hesitate to call this number and seek help.
0 no. 613-555. I hate you so much. I just want to be able to read.
If you or anyone else you know are suffering from any mental health issues,
0013. Okay, the 6 and the 3 keep getting tangled up. That's what it is. 613.
don't hesitate to call this number and
0013. Yep. So it's 2 zeros. No, come back. 0013.
We're sorry. The number you have dialed has calling restrictions that has prevented the completion of your call. Announcement 803. We're sorry.
Bummer. Well, you know, you win some, you lose some. That's all that can be said about it. Not everybody's gonna have money to blow on a whole number. They're not fancy pants McGee over here.
Seek help.
Help. Please help me.
What?
I just want...
87. 96. That's 9 more years, brother.
Help. Please help me.
Oh, so I wonder if the first time that he died was actually the time they found him after he got attacked by the demon. So in 87. And so from there, he didn't die. They just took him and they started treating him or whatever up until, 9 years later, 96.
Die. Why won't you let me die?
Because I still have use for you yet.
That was really cool, that audio. Because I still have use for you yet. In loving memory. That was solid episode. Is it just the credits now? Yeah, to be continued. Damn. So not only did he make that big proclamation and then was immediately killed, or not killed, but killed by the demon, but then not only that, he was also held in captivity for 9 more years by his government and basically tested on like a lab rat. Love it. Family photo album, Dreams of an Insomniac. No, we're not doing any of that. Viewing of this tape is meant only for the eyes of authorized foundational personnel. Unsolicited viewing may lead to termination. At least that's all. It's just a firing. I'd assume most of these people would just straight up kill you. Family photo album. I actually think that method of opening is very solid. I loved it in the first episode as well as this one. On the night of January 6, 1987, the ECPD has received a phone call from a distressed man reporting that something was trying to break into his house. Well, that sucks. Upon the dispatcher's arrival, he as well as anyone else who may have been living in the house were reported missing. Oh! The only evidence that could be found at the scene of the crime were a photo album as well as a camcorder which seemingly contains footage of the events which transpired on that night. Love it! Family photo. Alright, baby's got big eyes, big frown, dad's got no mouth. Upon opening the photo album, detectives were baffled to find that all the photos were horribly distorted. This made it incredibly difficult to identify the people depicted. That's interesting. That's actually pretty interesting because this is the 80s. You would have to go off of that. And they probably didn't find ID. January 6, 1987, search number 6. I love the border effect, by the way. Small things like that, I love. I don't know how people can, like, not like analog type stuff. Because, I mean, you do this same exact thing with an HD camera, it's just like, oh my god, dude, hurry up, get to the next scene. But with that, it just, I don't know, man, it just adds a little bit of pizzazz. First night out, when detectives questioned neighboring residents about the identity of the family in the photos, none were able to provide any useful information. They said, I don't know. That'd be me. If you ask me any information about anyone in my neighborhood, I have no idea. One resident went as far as to say that no family has ever lived in that house. I know the name of my next door neighbor this way. And that's because he is an old, grumpy man who will not leave me the fuck alone about every little thing. And he doesn't even have my number. He always texts my wife. I don't know why. Ooh, that's creepy as fuck.
Sammy? Sammy, is that you? I'm right here, Sammy. You're gonna have to help me though, honey. I can't find you.
Goodbye. While the culprit behind these disappearances remains a mystery, I actually do want to point out that they have done such a good job in, this is the 3rd episode, the 3 episodes, because we already know, like, even if there were no audio, like none of that voice, any of that, we would know automatically by the color of the light what exactly it was, because the color of the demon has been so well. I think that's so cool, man. I love when people can properly use colors to like push a narrative forward. While the culprit behind these disappearances remains a mystery. Several photos in the album, as well as the 911 call made that night, suggest they may not be human. Ooh, I just popped my back. That felt amazing. Oof it. That's really cool. That was awesome. Seeing the light just slowly fade in as it gets brighter and brighter.
No? No, I need a good look at it. But I'm telling you, it's the demon. It took him, and now it's going to take me. Why you keep using his face? Why are you doing this to me?
awesome transition. This is surprisingly turning out way better than I thought it was going to. Not saying that I didn't think this series was going to be good, but usually when the fewer the amount of episodes, the less chance it has to make an impact on me, and the less chance it has to flesh out its story as much.
Hey Chief, I think I found something.
So I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far. I love you, the only clear photo of the perpetrator. Sure, it's just the credits now. Cast, art direction, to be continued. Nice. Now on to the next video. Man, these are really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. Has a very the art style though has a very Has Been Hotel feel to it. I do have to point that out. I feel it every time I watch it. I don't want to read this just because of the sheer fact that it seems to be something that's always in the video, so we might as well just wait. Video contains flashing lights, graphic depictions of violence, and loud noises / jump scares. 23 minutes! My goodness, I forgot. Yeah, this one's a long one. Oh, yeah, that might be true. Let's check it. Interesting. Oh, they, he. So, okay, there's the pronouns. Now I know. It's an interesting art style. I still haven't finished it. Has Been Hotel. I'm on I have 2 episodes left. I don't know. She's at the council with the angels and they're showing them at the bar right now. That's where I'm at.
My name is Alex Williams. I live on 66 Elk Crescent, East Ridge County, and up until this point, I've worked for the Lankman Foundation, a job which I have quickly come to regret. This is my story.
Tell it. I'm ready to listen. Foundation Archive. I love the word archive. Anytime I see it, I'm like, ooh, yes, give it to me.
I began my work for the foundation pretty much the day it was founded. After what happened on Halloween, I was put under 24/7 witness protection. They told me that the information I had was too valuable.
I just really can't get over the fact, and I have to reiterate, this demon, Halloween night started at 6 p.m., and he had it shut down by 7 p.m. by murking 6 kids. This man killed 6 kids in the span of an hour, and I'm sure that was light work for him. And I love it, because there's no proper way to have a absolute fucking horrible time living in an area than to know for 100% fact that a demon killed 6 kids. And I just think it's insane. Oh man, I love it.
It felt like I was under constant house arrest. There wasn't a day that they weren't watching me, and it went on like that for years. They gave me my job at the foundation as a form of protection. A bunch of guys in suits showed up to my house and told me that it would be for the better if I took a job at their new facility. I didn't know much about them at the time. Nobody did, really. All they told me was that they were helping Veldigan victims, but even that felt vague.
Dude, the music. Oh my goodness. Bring it back. I don't even care what he was saying. Just continue with the scene. By the way, my wife, along with my help, I will admit, just beat Borderlands 3. And I'm very proud of it.
Hello. You don't know me, but I certainly know you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Lankman, or at least a cartoon version of the man himself, created by our lovely in-house animator, Mortimer Gray, who you may know for his work on the classic cartoon series Candy Mouse.
And
I come to you
Mortimer
all today.
Gray put together one of the segments of Haunted Halloween, if I remember correctly. It's the second time Mortimer Gray's been mentioned, actually. Where is it at? I'm almost positive that we have seen Mortimer Gray before. Might be in the other episode. But I know this mother trucker was referenced. Oops, I'm clicking buttons, don't mind me. Nope. Maybe it was in the Living Memories section. Dang, I was sure I saw the name somewhere. Maybe I'm crazy. Bubba is on a mission. My dude is moving all over the world. Dang, yeah, maybe I'm just crazy. I'm not crazy, I'm just a little obsessed.
Lankman, or at least a
He's been referenced somewhere. I just don't remember
version
exactly
of the
where.
man himself, created by our lovely in-house animator, Mortimer Gray, who you may know for his work on the classic cartoon series Candy Mouse. I come to you all today to announce the founding of the Lankman Foundation, a new gateway into the future of Eastridge County. 4 years ago, our lovely town was plagued by a species of creature we have come to know as the Veldigan. These dangerous creatures have continued to threaten our residents, with there being seemingly no end to the dangers they pose. Until now, our lovely founder, Herbert Lankman, created our foundation for the purpose of both containing this anomalous threat, as well as treating all those who have been affected by them.
I know Herbert had to be a rich man, because that's a ugly motherfucker.
How does he plan to do this, you ask? Well, the answer is quite simple. Using the inheritance left behind by his father, Herbert Lankman got to work renovating and reopening the old Lankman's Asylum, repurposing it into a massive treatment center for all those who have fallen victim to the Veldigan. As well as this, he has been hard at work donating generous amounts to Eastridge County's police force, ensuring they can continue to do what they do best, protecting all of you. Here at the Lankman Foundation, we know these last couple of years have been scary, but don't worry. Soon enough, this will all be a thing of the past. If you or anyone you may know have any questions regarding the Foundation and what we do, do not hesitate to give us a call.
Immediately goes into the call. On the night of April 6, 1990, this phone call was made to the Eastridge County Police Department. I love a heavy transition. This tape acts as the only archive of this call. All other records are to be purged. Oh.
Eastridge 911, where is your emergency?
This is 45 Elk Crescent. Send the police, please!
Can you describe the situation to me, ma'am?
There's a group of men trying to break into my house. They're slamming on the door. Please send the police now!
The police will be on their way in a moment, ma'am. I just need you to breathe. Did you get a good look at these men? What did they look like?
You know, it's kind of fucked in a situation like, I know this is supernatural, but I'm thinking like realistically, it's kind of fucked in a situation like that where you have like all these guys at your door, and basically the 911 operator is like, yeah, we kind of both know what's about to happen to you, but tell me what they look like, because then maybe at least they might get caught. And it's like, ooh, that sucks.
I don't know what they look like. They're all wearing masks. I can't see their faces. They look all the same.
What kind of masks, ma'am?
Yellow ones. They're wearing yellow masks. They look like bandages. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there?
This man just hung up on this poor woman. Oh my goodness.
After I started working at the foundation, they immediately bombarded me and everyone else with all these different mandates and training tapes. Even for the most simple of jobs, there were rules for everything, and half the time they didn't even make sense.
Didn't make sense.
Perhaps the strangest mandate they had us commit to, though, was to wear these goggles at all times.
Oh, and Attila, I just wanted to say, now that you're here, I was so mad I couldn't stream because of Streamlabs that I left Streamlabs, and now I'm on, technically still Streamlabs, but OBS, but without Streamlabs. And I had to set everything up myself, and Streamlabs had stated that its issue was my output bitrate, and I had it set at 6,000, which was like the minimum, and it's always been there, and it's like ran perfectly. So moved over to OBS, cranked this bitch up to 10,000, and it works just fine. Not going back to Streamlabs though. I fucking hate it. I was so mad because I have like a set streaming schedule that I normally do, and it got thrown off completely, and it threw my whole week off. I spent an odd amount of time on my phone. It felt so weird.
They said it was a preventative measure to avoid the effects of some kind of hallucinatory environment. None of us knew what that was or how it was even possible. All they told us was that it would make you see and hear things, and that it was apparently used to keep patients in line. Something about treatment through exposure. We never really knew for sure if it was working, but all the patients seemed to suffer from similar symptoms that were said to be part of it.
OS2.
They were always scared of us, no matter how much we tried to help them. And they always complained about hearing some kind of horrible music somewhere in the facility. What got to me the most about it, though, was how normal everyone treated it. Something beyond our understanding was being used on these people, and nobody seemed bothered by it but me. They all just treated it like it wasn't even happening.
Here in the Lankman Asylum, it is imperative for all staff members to be aware of our state-of-the-art hallucinatory environment. Through this unique environment, we are able to keep all patients within our walls in line, as well as treat their conditions through exposure that no other location can provide. The amount of benefits this new technology can provide for the patients of our asylum is numerous, but you must remember that there are multiple precautions which have been put in place to ensure that you, our staff, do not suffer from the effects of our hallucinatory environment and can do your job correctly and safely. The first of these precautions should have been provided to you on your first day at the job, in the form of these.
Did I just hear what I thought I just...
Special of these precautions should have been...
That fucking got me. That got me so good. Oh my gosh, dude. My heart was racing. I was checking my peripheral because I didn't want to turn my head. Oh my goodness.
Do your job correctly and safely. The first of these precautions should have been provided to you on your first day at the job, in the form of these specialized optical lenses. By wearing these red lenses, staff members will be able to see past the environment's effects, allowing for no mistakes to be made and a job well done. If at any point these lenses are to be removed, staff members will experience severe hallucinations which will make your work extremely difficult. The second of these precautions comes in the form of knowing what you should and should not be hearing when on the job. Although we have yet to develop a solution for auditory hallucinations, symptoms of them appear to follow a similar and predictable pattern. If you believe yourself to be hallucinating, ask yourself if you're hearing the voices of people that do not exist, distant music coming from an unknown location, Dr. Lankman requesting your aid, or the knocking of doors which do not exist. If the answer to any of these questions is yes, then you are hallucinating and should treat those sounds as if they do not exist. Moving on from our patented hallucinatory experiment, we next must discuss the role of another very important part of our facility. It is imperative that all staff members avoid any form of contact with
The caretakers were possibly the most disturbing part about working in that entire facility. They were these tall, bandaged staff members who were dressed in black from top to bottom. I don't even think I ever saw them outside of their uniform. We were always expressly told never to interact with them for any reason. Apparently their job was just that important. It was with them that I reached my breaking point when working at that damn place. I always saw them going into patients' rooms, taking them to places that I never got to see. I always wondered what they were doing, but I made sure to mind my own business. That is until late one night when I was working at a facility. They had just brought in a new patient, a woman who looked to be in about her 30s. She had no diagnosis, no sign of serious mental illness, and physically she was fine. None of us knew what she was doing there, but like we always did, we just ignored it and minded our own business. That night though, she starts a ruckus. I think every person in the facility heard it when she started screaming. I was the first one to arrive when I saw what was happening. 4 of those caretakers dragging her out by her arms and legs while she's just kicking and screaming. I couldn't believe what I'd seen. I tried running in to stop them, but one of my coworkers stopped me, looked me in the eyes and said, "It isn't worth it." I was in disbelief. These caretakers were treating Veldigan victims like caged animals, and here we were just standing there and watching. That was when I knew I had to do something about it. I always had my suspicions about the asylum, but seeing how this treatment facility treated its patients, that was the final straw. I went to as many of my coworkers as I...
Am I just high, or was that something... Come on, we're gonna take it frame by frame till we find it. I know it was there. There it is. I'm just high.
I went to as many of my coworkers as I could to try and get as much information as possible about the Foundation and their shady practices. I wanted to bring these problems to the light, to have the general public know what was really going on in there. But of course, none of them wanted anything to do with me.
Of course.
They just brushed me off and told me that it wasn't worth it, that it would bring more trouble. But I ignored them and I kept trying. When I ran out of staff to talk to, eventually I turned to patients. More specifically, the woman I saw getting attacked that night. I wanted to know where they took her, what they did to her. So I snuck into her room late that night with a camcorder that I brought, and I was able to record an entire interview I had with her, and I was just left with so many questions.
Please don't hurt me. I promise I'll behave. I don't want to go back.
Listen, I don't want to hurt you, I promise. I'm just here to ask a few questions is all. I'm sorry about what happened to you the other night. It was horrible. I want to try and make sure that doesn't happen again. And it would help a lot if you would answer my questions.
Okay.
Alright, thank you. Okay, so my first question. Why were you brought here? You didn't have any diagnosis, and you don't seem to suffer from any symptoms of Veldigan sickness.
I don't know why I'm here. These men broke into my house. Nobody came to help me. The doctor told me I'm sick, but I don't know what he means. I'm sorry if that doesn't help.
It's okay, don't worry. It helps a lot. You're doing great. Now, my next question. That night when you were attacked here, I know it must be a lot, and I'm sorry to bring it up, but do you know where they took you?
I don't know. He told me I can't tell anybody. I'm sorry, I can't tell you that. He said he would take me back there. And I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Hey, it's alright. It's alright. You're not going to go back there, I promise. I just need to know where it was. Nobody else will know.
They took me to room 66.
What? No, that's not possible. There's only...
It's him!
Just try
He's going to take me back now! Please help me take him back!
He isn't going to take
Don't let him take me back! Don't let him take me back!
Quiet for a moment,
Just what do you think you're doing?
Everything that happened was just a blur after that. Those caretakers came into the room and dragged her out before I could even do anything about it. It was the last time I ever saw her. And then they just sent me back to work as if the whole thing never even happened. That in itself was odd, but it was what she said to me that stuck out to me the most. She told me that she was taken to a room 66, which didn't make any sense. The asylum was small, it was only built with 65 rooms in mind, so a 66th room shouldn't be possible. At first I thought maybe she was misremembering things, or she was just misspeaking. I mean, she was clearly stressed out, and the way she was taken there was violent, but that just didn't explain things for me. I still didn't know where the patients were being taken, and what if she was telling the truth? I tried to look for answers to that question for a while, and nothing came of it. Nothing until I started to watch through our old conversations. During one of my watch-throughs, I saw something off the corner of my eye. Something I had never seen until it was staring me right in the face. A camera. A camera located right in the corner of that room. The asylum didn't have cameras, at least not in the rooms of its patients. If I had known they were watching me the entire time, I never would have staged that interview, and somehow I didn't see it? Something wasn't adding up. I went back to the asylum after that and checked the rooms of several patients. No cameras. I thought that I was losing my mind. I thought for a moment that maybe I was just seeing things. But then I realized something. Maybe I was. Late one night when no one else was around, I tested something. Something I was afraid to. I removed those goggles they gave us. And when I opened my eyes, everything looked the exact fucking same. Everything started to make sense after that. Who knows what they could have been hiding that we just couldn't see? Cameras, people, rooms. Suddenly, room 66 was terrifyingly possible, and I was going to find it. I returned to the asylum later that night with a camcorder in hand. I figured that if it could show me where the cameras were in the corners of the patients' rooms, then it could help me find what I was looking for. I walked up and down the halls of that entire asylum, trying to find anything out of place. And eventually, I found it. I stood in front of that door for what felt like an eternity. A part of me wanted to know what was in there so badly, but another part of me just didn't want to see it. I was terrified, but I felt like I didn't have a choice. It didn't even feel like I was in control of my own body as I pushed that door open.
Wow.
Looks like someone wandered somewhere they aren't supposed to be.
In that moment, cornered and alone, I finally understood what they were so afraid of. I was finally seeing what they were seeing. For the first time, I saw his face.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Oh, you bastard! Stop that. Operative technique. Oh, okay, it's the same thing.
After that, I didn't know what to do. I panicked, I couldn't move. And he just stood there for a moment, staring at me. But then he let me go. He just told me to go back to work and act like it didn't happen. Work continued after that. I was too scared to find out what would happen if I didn't come back to the asylum, so I just continued my work there as normal. I was never punished, nobody ever found out. It was like the whole thing never happened. Until...
Is that sheet music? I'm pretty positive that popped up earlier as well, I just forgot about it. That is sheet music, isn't it? Or maybe not sheet music, maybe your readings?
Until recently. The reason I'm recording this tape tonight is because I fear soon you may never hear from me again. For a while, Lankman acted like that night never happened, but ever since the recent incident, things have changed. He and the caretakers have become more aggressive. I've started seeing things. Cars passing me by with tinted windows, people following me off the corner of my eye, staff treating me like I don't even exist. Recently, it feels like they don't want me talking anymore. Someone I know and care about has been hurt, and they've given me a job that doesn't even fit my credentials. They've made me research somebody very dangerous, and I have my suspicions that once I've told them everything they need to know, they won't need me anymore. That's why I'm recording this tape. I've learned things about this person, things that Lankman doesn't even know, things that could help me. After I'm done recording this tape, I'm going to be meeting with that person, and depending on how that goes, you may never hear from me again. If you're watching this,
for sure.
I've left you something. Something important. The last thing my friend was able to provide me with before they got to him. An archive. An archive of all the Foundation's most important tapes. It contains everything. Every lie they've told, every secret they've kept, every recording I've made. If I don't come back from this, you need to spread that information. The people need to know. I don't want to go about this alone, but as things are, I've had no choice. It just feels good to finally get this off my chest.
Why would you leave your door open? And then he died. So that's pretty cool. That was like a prequel episode. Yeah, was phenomenal. Just seeing if it was anything different. Yeah, that was really good. I like that. I enjoyed that more than I thought I would. I didn't think that would be very good. Or not very good. Just I don't know, mediocre. But I think it stood out. To me, at least. It stood out. From the slew of ones. I forgot what we were watching this. Next is going to be Creative Toad Productions. The Scarlet Lake Tapes. Analog Horror. This is just as recent as 2 months ago. And pretty smallish one. One episode kind of popped off and got really popular. But I don't really care about that. That's how I found this one. But we're going to watch the whole thing. Plus, I mean, this thing is going to take like no time at all to watch. From the investigation file of the series of disappearance near Scarlet Lake, an analog horror series. Just something I've been working on, maybe more episodes in the future. Okay, so it's anything crazy. All right, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go tinkle, and I don't feel bad about it. Hey, boy, you're free. Oh my God, you my knees pop, dude. Wow. Gonna be here. I was waiting on it. Old Attila comes in, says cheer gaming. Alright. Sorry, what is this called again? Scarlet Lake Syndrome. Do you experience visions, unexplained sounds, a feeling of dread in certain places? And when you do, does it look like this? You may have Scarlet Lake Syndrome. Vision is the leading provider of SLS treatment. Ooh. SLS can affect anyone. You, me, the police. Artist interpretation. Oh my. That's a very famous photo. That's, I can't remember the name of it, but that's a real photo. That's, they were taking a family picture, and didn't he fall? Like some dude fell from the ceiling. While SLS can happen to anyone, it is most common in grieving parents. Because of this, a majority of cases are in the Scarlet Lake area. Ooh, fuck them kids. Ooh, fuck them kids. Treatment. When you experience SLS, remember to fear. Focus. It might go away. Evaluate. Was it something you ate? A. Act. Leave the area. R. Report to authorities immediately. Understandable. Respectable. That doesn't solve the problem. Remember this. Do not believe, never believe. Sometimes visions are seen as of those still alive. She's still alive. Keep looking. Would you do it if it was your own daughter? Keep looking for her. She is not there. If you have any of these symptoms, report to iVision immediately. Alright. That's a little intense. A little crazy. The authorities are still unsure of the origins of this broadcast. Investigation revealed it was sent to the local public access channel with no return address. SLS Awareness Month. The hidden dangers of everyday life. You may think Scarlet Lake is safe, but it is not all that it seems. Mandatory broadcast interruption. Scarlet Lake is home to a species of deadly bacteria that can cause hallucination and death. Oh my goodness. There's only one way to be safe. I'm sorry. We're gonna read it. Feed them fresh meat. Ooh, love it. Who doesn't love that? This is an announcement by the police. We still do not have a suspect in the disappearance in the Scarlet Lake area. Call 1555 HELP if you have any information. It didn't give me the number and I'm lazy. Due to an all-time low in pollution of Scarlet Lake, Domini has been more active than ever. This is the cause of the uptick in hallucinatory, you bastard, I can't read that fast, mental illnesses such as SLS. The effects of a Domini can be traced back to the 1500s. Here's an excerpt from the diary of an early explorer. The devil is in the cursed lake. The demons that rest inside will not stop their torment unless they taste blood. I have already had to kill my faithful dog. Jesus. Maybe if they have a human corpse, they will be at peace. Ba-da-da-da-da. 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 You may be the next victim. A true story. Jimmy and Paula T, picture on left, swam in the lake every day. Then the bacteria started affecting them. They started seeing things. They saw people dead in the lake. They saw bodies being dumped into the lake. And sometimes they even saw me. They drowned soon afterward. They at the bottom of the lake. What was found in the box under the tree was not them. I would know. Message to the authorities. You won't find me. Interesting. I need to do this. You'll thank me. Another iVision sponsored program. I found a copy of the iVision mental diagnostic and I'm working on extracting it. Oh, well, okay. Oh, things are happening. We're clicking around. Well, I don't know what just happened. We were taken away from where we wanted to be. We are on episode 3. Yep. Company profile, iVision, police announcement. Is there no audio? Oh, okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just a little sure. What is iVision? And what can it do for you? iVision is not just an eye care company. We offer psychoanalysis, eye care, medical treatment, and so much more. Our story. Our founder, Richard K., started iVision as an eye care facility, but after his daughter struggled with mental illnesses, you bitches, he opened the psychology ward. And the rest is history. That is a very short summary of, I would assume, a very long history. Here's a look at what's next for iVision. iVision is soon to release its first program in the cutting-edge CD-ROM format. An iVision sponsored program coming soon to a public access channel near you. We hope to see support from your viewers for our new projects. This is an update by the police on various disappearances. Jimmy T and Paula T. January 12th, 1984. The investigation ran from January 20th to February 5th. Very short investigation. They were found on February 5th. Status dead. Cause beheading. Smith family missing March 13th, 1984. The investigation ran from March 30th to April 8th. April 8th, they were all found alive. That's good. April 20th, Blaze investigation was from April 30th and then found May 8th. Status dead, cause drowning. Bummer, bro. Watch your kids near pools, man. Rebecca K. Missing June 8th. Investigation none. Found September 5th. Wow. Missing for a few months. Died September 3rd. That's a bummer. Neglect. There still was a chance. Someone will pay. Oh, absolutely. If I had to bet, somebody hopefully put it in the comments. But I ain't got none of that more code built in my head now. But let's see. Okay, no. I thought the broken alert might be code, but in most binary, it's sadly nonsense. Yeah. So no. No Morse code. Ha ha ha. Dumb dumb. Being on the forefront of, what is that? Get the game now. What? Ain't no way. We're going to check that in a second. Available free in all workers and patients at ARGS. Available on CD-ROM only. Interesting. The talk is next, but what's this? This was on a CD-ROM that was mailed to me a while back. I just finished extracting it. Okay, interesting. Kinda gotta look at that. Your download will begin in a moment. Of course it will, because you hate me, and you want to make me sit here. Could harm your device. Let's do it, bro. What have we got to lose? A computer, it means nothing. Welcome, press... Oh. Let's see... Oh my goodness. I'm trying to get my screen to show. But I forget I have to do it this way and it's weird. There we go. So this is what it pops up. It says, welcome. Press any key to continue. This is iVision Proprietary Mental Error Diagnostic Test, or MED test. Phase 1 probe. How many friends do you have? Many, few, a couple. So we're going to do C. Oh, use lowercase. You bitch. Do you have a family history of mental illness? Not on my side. Do you feel compelled to hurl yourself into bodies of water? Sometimes. Wait. Sometimes. Wait. Yes, around red lakes. Do you have any irrational fears? How would I know if they were irrational? How would you know if they were irrational? Do you believe that there are hidden dangers in everyday life? Oh, absolutely. Phase 2, closing in. In this phase, you will rate statements based on how true they are to you. Okay. Please answer on... Please, press... These are things about people that do not know. Wait. There are things about me that people do not know. Yeah, I respect that. I see images in my dream. People can see ghosts of people who are dead. Sure. People can see ghosts of people who are still alive. Sure. Modern technology is corrupting our society. Absolutely. Child neglect is worse than murder. Child neglect worse than murder. Well, I definitely don't agree with either. And the weight of both kind of suck. I would feel that actually taking a life would weigh more. I don't know. Child neglect is worse than murder. I'm going to say somewhat true, I guess. Diagnosis. You have finished the iVision proprietary mental error diagnostic test. Press any key. You have Scarlet Lake Syndrome, or SLS. Oh, gosh. Course of action. Report to iVision now. You are too dangerous.